Hello, 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 it's Will. We're going to keep working on the Relational Interpreter book. All right. So, yesterday we got through quote and we introduced terminology, expression, value, evaluation rule, quote symbols. So let's see, we've gone numbers, booleans, quote and symbols, expressions, values, and evaluation, and the general evaluation rule for quote. Okay. All right. Okay, that footnote. I don't like the wording of that footnote. Distinguished. It's that they are distinct syntactically. Scheme symbols must be explicitly quoted so that they are distinct syntactically from variable references, which we will encounter shortly. Okay. Great, great, great. Okay, so now we need to get into, I think we need to get into application, procedure application. To do procedure application, we need, technically we don't need variable reference. We could do lambda and then application. Yeah, but then if your lambda expressions have any formal parameters, you still need the notion of variable reference. So that doesn't make sense to me. So I think we need to get into variables and variable references so that we can do application. Okay. So we're going to do define. All right, so I'd already written a little bit about define, and we had this commented stuff about statements. If I want, when I introduce the notion of value, I could talk about how miniKanren generalizes the notion of value to terms, which can contain logic variables. I think there's too much going on. I don't want to introduce too much at once. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, nested quotes, but that gets in the list, so I don't want to do that. Not yet. Oh, okay, so actually, I could do something like define and statements. Okay, so at this point now that we have expressions, values, and statements, now I could mention okay. We have now encountered expressions, values, and statements in Scheme. In addition to expressions, values, and statements, miniKanren likes, also has the notions of expressions, values, and statements. And introduces a new notion of terms, which generalizes the notion term, so plural singular mismatch. Expression, value, statement, make it singular. Term, notion of value. Okay. To do, add cross-reference. All right, let's see here. Just moving my comments around. So this could go to the list part, I guess. Where do I have lists? Here we have lists. Okay. Great. Okay. Excellent. Alrighty. All right. So define and statements, we can use define. To name. Okay. So now we have to name values. We can use define to give a name to a value. For example, define x5 gives the name x to the value 5. Okay, so we have quote. Okay, for example, define x5 gives the name x to the number 5, while define coolcat, quote, Shuggy gives the name coolcat to the symbol Shuggy. The definition is a statement. Okay. All right, so there are actually two technical terms here, definition and statement. Define x5. In Scheme, define x5 is called a definition. It is neither an expression nor a value. There's a new type of beast called a statement. In Scheme, is called a definition. The definition is neither an expression nor a value, rather it is a statement. In scheme, or I could just say statements, one difference between a statement and an expression is that the evaluation of a statement how do I want to say it? Basically, it's for effect. But I haven't talked about that. So that expressions, does that evaluation of expressions produce values while statements you evaluated for, do I want to get into effects? This case, the effect evaluating is introduce a new variable named x that is bound to, it's actually bound to a location. It's not quite right. If it's global, is bound to a location, you can set bang it and all that. I mean, even if it's local. Okay, so we're missing some terminology here in terms of forms. Yeah. Okay. So here I have ID. Where else did I have a name? I think I used name somewhere. Use the name num. All right. Name's kind of a... What is exactly a technical term? And where expr is in the expression. Make sure I'm being accurate. Okay. You can also have Unicode. Well, so you want to put some Unicode in there. See if this works in Shay. Yep. Okay. Now the question is, does that work in LaTeX? Works just fine in Shay. This might be a little problem. Maybe. We'll see. Was that an error? Huh? Maybe this works okay. Maybe. Oh. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. What do I do about that? Well, you can see other books I've been playing around with. All right. Here we go. Now this might require all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, I don't know if this will work. Yeah, let's see it. See what happens. Okay. Yep. So I figured the fonts. All right. So I do have some fonts. See if this works. Okay. All right, see if it shows up. Yes. Okay. Does show up. Great. Now, where are my acknowledgements? Okay. Right. Okay, may as well show that we can do Unicode. Okay, where blah, blah, blah. That's in the expression. More generally, we can define more generally, we can write, I forget, did I end up with the colons, or did I get rid of the colons? Yeah, we're keeping the colons, okay. More generally, we can write find the ID expr, where ID is any scheme identifier, such as X, my cat, hello there, equal 137, hat, or blah, 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 and where expr is any expression. Okay, that's not so bad. Now, have I actually said that X is a variable? Okay, so here I actually said it's a variable. I don't know if I want this here. And I also use the word effects and all right, so I'm trying to talk about the difference between an expression and a statement. Could move this up here. And then I could make this another section where I say expressions, values, and now statements. And scheme, let's go to definition. Okay. The definition is neither an expression nor a value. It is a statement. One difference between a statement and an expression is that the evaluation of expressions produce values, while statements are evaluated for their effects. In this case, the effect of evaluating define x5 is to introduce a new variable named x that is bound, but it's bound to a location that happens to have 5 because you can use setbang and change it. So it's a little bit of a lie to say that define just gives a name to a value. It gives a name to a location that you can change. Now this part isn't false, I guess. We can use define to give a name to a value. Like, that's true. That's true if we don't modify, if we don't, set bang, then that's true. Like x just has the value 5. We can pretend in our world. And if it's an internal define, then you get into like let rec or let rec star semantics. All right, do I say the full story here? What do I want to do? I mean, this is the annoying part about define. I mean, I could put a footnote. Maybe that's the best thing. I want to follow Richard Feynman's rule of I won't necessarily say everything, but I don't want to say anything that's not true. There's a difference between not saying everything and saying something that's actually just not true. So how do I want to say this? Okay, so okay. Whoops. Actually, define xy gives the name x to a location so that's a technical term that contains the value 5. It is possible to mutate to assign a different value to the location to x's named by x using. Now maybe I want to show how to implement that in the interpreter at one point using set bang. However, for now we will restrict ourselves actually define x5 gives the name x to a location that contains the value. A location that contains the value 5. It's possible to assign a different value to the location named by x using set bang. However, we'll restrict ourselves we will avoid the use of sepang for now, which means we can so actually I want to change an example of define. Oh, I can't. I could do a quote. Well, no, I am do quote. Okay, so that is a quote. So this is an expression. That's not just self-evaluating literal. Okay, that's fine. Okay. We will avoid the use of setBank for now, which means okay, so do I want to come clean and say it's actually a location to give a name to a value? I mean, I guess I could do another way and just say to introduce I mean, I could just say define and variables and just say we're introducing a variable x. But even saying that it has the value 5, it's like, yeah, x is bound to a location that has 5 as its value currently, but we can mutate it. Let's see here. If I go to racket, let me just check something in racket. Where's my racket? In here somewhere. Where'd my racket go? Here it is. Okay, define x5 run. X is 5. Yep. Cannot modify a constant. Stepping x6. So this is the difference between racket and scheme. Actually, in scheme, blank gives the name x to a location that contains the value 5. Okay. Okay. So that's definitely a difference between scheme and racket, by the way. Let me grab my racket example. Presumably, if I put this up here in the definitions window, I also run into trouble. No. Oh my gosh. Top level REPL semantics strikes again. All right, I don't even want to get into that. Okay, more generally, we can write define ID expr, where ID is any scheme identifier, such as x, my cat, hello there, or blah, 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 and where expr is any expression. In scheme, define x5 is called a definition. It feels like I shouldn't. It feels like I should introduce that earlier. Okay. The use of define is called a definition. Okay, there we go. The definition define x5 is neither an expression nor a value. It is a statement. One difference between a statement and an expression, another difference is where you can use them, the context in which they can be used. One difference between a statement and an expression is that the evaluation of expressions, the evaluation produces, that the evaluation of expressions is that evaluation of expressions produces values, while statements are evaluated for their effects. In this case, the effect of evaluating define x5 is to introduce a new variable named x that is bound to the number 5, or the location. Oh, do I want to get into the variable? Oh. And so then here I'm telling this lie again. Do I need another footnote? We've now encountered expressions, values, and statements and scheme. miniKanren also has the notion of expressions, values, and statements. Also has the notions of expressions, values, and statements, and introduces a new notion of terms, which generalize a term generalizes the notion of a value terms which are generalizations of values, which are generalized values. Generalize the notion of values, Okay. Okay. Introduce a new variable named x that is bound to the number 5. Well, bound to a location. So bound is also... Well, fact I have to write these footnotes is pretty annoying. Well, actually, the variable x is bound to a location that contains the value 5. Alrighty. Okay, so now we can get into variables and variable references. Let me typeset this. Oh, what's going on? Uh-oh. I think I got a footnote problem here. Something's off. Footnote. Something's not right. Okay. Make squeaky. Make. Okay, that breaks. Alright, what exactly broke? Set bang. Okay, so what's going on with the set bang? Okay, that's just badness. Define. Okay, here's the problem. Define just gives a name. Just gives the name. Why didn't I like that? Seems like there's a problem here. Let me take that out. Okay, something's messed up here. Around here, maybe? Let's see. Well, okay, so define the statements. You can use define. Verb. That looks fine. No indent. Verb. Footnote. Okay, so here's a footnote. Verb. Inf. Verb. Am I missing some sort of delimiter? I'm not seeing it. Okay, let's comment this whole thing out. Still an error. Undefined control. Oh, okay, duh. Slipped into my old ways of... I used to have a macro called /scheme. Okay, that's probably the problem. No. Still a problem. Contains the value 5. Wait, didn't I comment that out? Why is it giving me trouble? Huh? Oh, 366? Okay. What's going on here? Oof. Okay, that looks like it worked. All right, so that worked. So what's going on? So I commented out 2 things. All right, maybe I was looking at the wrong area. No, that broke. I thought I'd used footnotes before, so what's going on? Yeah, here's a footnote. I wonder if I can't use verb in a footnote. What a pain. Let's try this. And get rid of all the verbs. Let's get rid of that entirely. I suspect this will work. Unless it's the set bang. There might be something there. I don't think it should be a problem. Get rid of this. All right, see if this works. Okay, that seems to work. Let's put a verb around define. Ugh. There you go. That didn't work. Okay. What about /protect? Oh, LaTeX. If I do curly quotes. Nope. Text TT. That works, of course. Okay, that's really annoying. Whoops. Well, there's got to be a better way of doing this, but for now, I will just keep it in my head. If any of you know a better way to do this, the slash verb is not working in a... Oh, sorry, yeah. I don't want slash... Whoops. I don't want to change those. Those don't need to change, just in the footnote. Okay. Text TTE. I'm sure I've figured out other ways to do this in the past, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I guess right now I just text TT it, and remember it's pretty annoying. All right, let's see if this works. Now I have to change the other one. Okay, define. Okay, how does it look? Okay, that's fine. So it works fine, it's just a pain. It's not... Alright, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin in a minute. Let's just finish this up. Footnote. Okay. This one's quick at least to fix. Alright, so I can't use verb in the headings, like the sections or chapter names. And I can't use it in the footnotes. I know there are a whole bunch of different packages in LaTeX for different verbatim environments. Probably at some point soon it's time to write a macro, but let's see what we got. All right. Looks like everything typeset. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. It's time to put a stop. Okay, let's clean up. Let's copy it over to, actually, let's do a make clean. Copy over the PDF, the MD, and the tech file over to the repo. Yep. Git status. Git add terp MD, terp PDF, terp tech. Git commit, writing. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.